Let's put together a Father's Day gift guide. What's going on, everybody? This is Lamar and it's time for the 2024 Father's Day gift guide. My wife's been looking at me asking me when I'm going to get it out, so I guess I need to hurry up and get it done. It's the beginning of June, so it's time to get it started. Honestly, not gonna lie, it's a little bit of a selfish list because it's a mix of things that I think are good gift ideas, good ways to think about gifts, and just things that I want personally or things that I have and I really enjoy. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first up, it wouldn't be my channel if I didn't talk about EDC pouches. Let's break them up in two categories. So I'm gonna do the easy to get and some that are a little harder to get that maybe are a little better built or more features or something like that. On the easy to get side, you can try Viperade, Alpaca, or Tactical Geek. I haven't tried Tactical Geek yet, but I'm looking to try some of their pouches in the future. Viperade, they're affordable, built with really strong, durable materials, and they'll last a long time. Good for tool storage and stuff like that. Alpaca is a good idea for your tech EDC and stuff like that, so that's something I would consider as well. Now, on the hard to get side, there's the Notorious EDC All Good pouch, there's the Data Crew What a Slider, and there's the Garage Built Gear Mighty pouch. All good pouches in their own right, but they may take a little bit more work to get. So if you want to get one of those, you might want to plan ahead. Next up, I've been putting off getting one of these for a while. I borrowed one of my friends the other day, the Hoto Screwdriver set. You can either get the manual or the electric. I personally would go for the manual just because you don't want to run the risk of stripping out your bolts and stuff like that. For these next few things, these are things that can help that dad in the workday, whether they work from home, whether they go into an office, or they work on a shop floor. Something in this category will help them out. First up, I've been getting into mechanical keyboards lately. I've got two right now. Going on the budget variety is a good place to get them started to figure out what they want. I think mine is called a Epilmaker. I'm really liking it so far. It's got pretty cool switches on it. It's black and purple, so it gives me a nice Black Panther theme. I'll put a link of that in the comment and you'll see some B-roll of it right now. I'm enjoying it, so that's a good place to try out. And the good thing about it is they can mod it as much as they want. If they get down that mechanical keyboard black hole, you can tinker with it. You can change the keycaps, you can change the switches. You can mod out the board as much as you want to. You can spray paint the board. This one's a little bit different. Unless you're into essential oils, you might not believe me on this one, but I'm a big fan of essential oils. I would recommend a desk diffuser. One by Govee is one that I've got my eye on right now. It's controlled by an app. It's got different light colors. One of the blends I'd recommend if you go this route, get some lemon, get some lavender, and get some peppermint. If they've got allergies, trust me, they will thank you. Sticking to that desk theme, you might want to look at getting some speakers of some sort. I've been having my eye on some speakers. I usually use headphones when I'm working at the desk, but every now and then I want to take those headphones off and switch to some speakers. So there's some from Creative Pebble that have caught my eye. The Creative Pebble Plus is a nice entry-level speaker from what I've heard and what I've seen that might get you into those desktop speakers, and then you can figure out if and when you want to upgrade from there. The Creative Pebble X Plus has RGB lights and stuff like that, so it's a little more up there, and it can set that mood. You've got your lights on your keyboard. If you get that diffuser, you've got lights on the diffuser, and then you'd have lights on your speakers as well. And this one does come with a subwoofer. I think both of those come with a subwoofer. Next up, another brand that people talk about that I've been thinking about getting my hands on, a pair of Edifier speakers. Two in particular are the Edifier 1280s and the Edifier 1700s. They look like a good set of speakers, so I'm interested to try those out and see how they work out for me. And if none of that works, you can always get them a nice work bag, an EDC backpack. You can check out my EDC backpack video. While there are some new bags out since then, and some of those might be hard to find now, there's still plenty of good choices on there. If you don't want to go that route, there's a brand that I'm probably going to do a review on a little later on. Buffalo Jackson, they've got leather bags and they've got canvas bags, a little more of that heritage style. And rapid fire, a few brands you can check out would be Alpaca, Air, Nutsack, Satchel and Page, Thursday Boots, Filson. There's others out there, but those are a few to get you started. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll give you my thoughts. Or for that dad that's working out or trying to get into working out or trying to be out in the sun or enjoying being outside, it's getting hot. A thing I'm looking into this year, haven't really tried too many of them, are sun hoodies and sun shirts. Just long sleeve, breathable materials, help reflect the sun, keep you cool. Looking at some of those, you might want to check those out for those dads, especially if they go fishing or something like that too. Buying for them for fishing, if you don't know what you're doing, could be a little intimidating, but this is a nice way to get in there. Hey, I hope you're liking the video so far. Don't forget to like, comment with any gear reviews you'd like to see in the future, and subscribe to MFinResearch. Any support helps grow my little small corner of the EDC community. Now back to the video. So this one for those dads that work hard and have those aches and pains at the end of the day. I've got one, I've had one for about 3 years, an infrared heating pad. I guarantee you, I don't expect to see a Father's Day gift guide on the internet that's gonna recommend a heating pad. This one is awesome. It's better than those that you're gonna get in Walmart. The one that I have uses infrared heat. I think it uses jade and some other kind of stone crystal in there, and it helps dissipate the heat, if I remember correctly. I forgot some of the science and things behind it, but one thing I do remember is the heat penetrates a little deeper, and if you want, you can put it on a low setting and use it on your back while you sleep, and it really works well. So that's something I recommend to help with those aches and pains out there. If your dad's into reading, a couple books I recommend, or if you want to try to get him into reading, I'm looking at the second brain concept right now. So Building a Second Brain by, I think it's Tiago Forte. I've listened to some of his TED Talks before. I think I'm saying his name right. I'm probably butchering it. I mean, well, that concept is interesting to me. It's looking like a good way to capture ideas and catalog ideas. It's real interesting. Just Google it if you're interested in that. If it seems like an interesting concept or something that dad in your life might be interested in, that's something you might want to check out. For my nerds out there, the book that I'm interested in right now is a graphic novel. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin. It's in the future. It's a little bit darker. I heard that the movie's coming out later on. They're doing a game for it as well. I've heard good things about it, and I've been really wanting to read it. You can always look into their hobbies. If they're into cigars, if they're into barbecue, whiskey, airplanes, cars, motorcycles, whatever you want, there's probably a decent book out there that's in that category that you could probably get them and they'd be interested in reading. And if all else fails, two of my favorite authors are Malcolm Gladwell and Ryan Holiday. I don't necessarily agree with everything all the time, but they always make interesting reads. Those would be two authors to get you started. So I did a whole video a while back on coffee on the go. I'm always a proponent of people upgrading their coffee, staying away from that Starbucks coffee, and getting that better coffee out there. There's tons of ways to do it. You can go as budget or as expensive as you want, but you can upgrade your coffee just a little bit by doing a couple things. First up, you can get them like a double wall French press. I have one downstairs. I've used it for years. It used to go with me in the office. Now I have it here. It keeps the coffee warm for a few hours. French press coffee is a nice gateway into brewing your own coffee. It's nice and simple, and you can get a pretty good cup if you take a little bit of time. The other thing I'm looking at to go with that French press would be a Bluetooth kettle. I've had a regular kettle for a long time, but there'd be nothing like setting up a shortcut or setting up an action. So as soon as my clock goes off, it starts that hot water so I can make my coffee as soon as I come out the room in the morning. And I've mentioned it before, but you could even check out Co-Meter. Mixing it with that kettle, if you don't have time to brew your coffee, you can make iced coffee, hot coffee, and it's pretty easy. You can't mess it up, so if you're worried about messing up trying to brew, this would be a good method to get them good, quality, consistent coffee, and it's quick. All right, I'm gonna nerd out just a little bit, and then we'll get back to your regularly scheduled programming. Berserk is my favorite work of fiction of all time. The 97 anime Blu-ray came out not too long ago. It was out of stock for a while. It's back. You owe it to yourself if you like dark medieval style fantasy to check it out. If I remember correctly, I think it influenced Game of Thrones. So if you like Game of Thrones and stuff like that, this will be right up your alley. It's an incomplete story in the Blu-ray, but you can come on and join me and read the manga. It's right back here. I'm getting the deluxe editions. I used to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 all the time, and Arcade 1UP has consoles that now have that, and I think 6 or 7 other Capcom and Marvel games, and there's a few X-Men games in there. That'd be something to get that old school retro arcade vibe in your house. You could spend hours playing that. It's a good conversation piece, and it'd be something fun to have. So a nice small compact gift would be some solid cologne. Fulton and Rourke, I think it's pronounced. I think I'm gonna try some of that here in the future. They've got 5 to 10 different fragrances, so I'm sure you might find something to meet your needs. So I'm thinking about checking them out. I might do a video or two on them in the future. If you're running out of ideas, you're running out of time, you can always go the gift card route. But if you go the gift card route, I just ask to be thoughtful and think about where you can go. Something that plays to their hobbies. If they like races, you could try like a go-kart speedway. You can go to County Com. be careful on county cum. County cum is dangerous. Huckberry, you could do REI, you could try Shields. Some of the brands that I like, I have a pellet grill. Rectech is the grill that I have, but you could try Traeger or Pit Boss or whatever. A gift card for something along those lines to maybe get some pellets, or a new grill, depending on what your budget looks like, might be something that's appreciated as well. Or some accessories for it. I wouldn't mind a couple gift cards because I've got my eye on a Ruger LC45 carbine, hoping that gets in my house at some point in time in the future. Or if they're into cigars like I am, you could try Cigar of the Month Club. A few that I would recommend would be BL Luxuries, Privada Cigar Club, and My Cigar Pack. I've tried all three of them over the years and I have good things to say about all three of them. Another place you can check to get ideas from would be some of my playlists. Two in particular, you could check out my EDC Haul playlist to get some ideas of things to get dad, or you can check, it's not there yet, but by the time this video goes live, I'll be putting together a gift guide playlist that has my old gift guides from Father's Day, from the holidays, all together in one place. I try as hard as I can to have different ones in every guide. There may be a little overlap, but I'm sure you could find something in there, whatever your budget is, to meet your needs. Thanks for watching. Looking for other ideas, put them in the comments. Like I said, all recommendations are welcome. My wife is going to be watching this video, so any items that I didn't add that might go over well could be added, and it might help you and it might help me for something for Father's Day as well. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other. This is Lamar with MFinResearch, and I'm out.